Okay, guys, I'm here today with John Frankl. Huge honor for me. Guys, John is the one who pretty much started Jiu-Jitsu in South Korea in 1999, right, John?
Yes.
And guys, John is building some sort of system and almost like a philosophy, right, John?
Yes.
Like, to understand, like, what's the timing that you should have to stop your opponent to do this stuff on you that's gonna stop your jiu-jitsu, right, John? Can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, no, that's great. That's perfect. So today we're working on what I call the iron pillow system, and you'll see the pillow part. It looks like I'm taking a nap on my arm. But basically, when we go to the ground, there's a point, and we'll start with guard, but I'm going to translate it across all kinds of different situations. We'll start with guard. As he passes my guard, there's a moment where I'm on offense, and there's a moment that I have to recognize, and it's subjective. How good am I at inverting? How strong am I? How flexible am I? So it's not I can't teach it as a technique, it's more of a philosophy and a skill, but when you feel that your guard is being passed, your job is as early and efficiently as possible to go into a posture that limits your opponent's options rather than to ignore or, basically ignore the reality of the situation and keep fighting and actually let your opponent get a tighter control of you, whether that means 3 points in IBJJF Jiu-Jitsu or being dominated in an MMA or a street fight. It's always dangerous. It's always bad for you. And so we're going to talk about the proper time and the proper structure for moving from offensive guard to kind of defensive bottom.
I can't wait to see you, John. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. So here I am, and like I said, it's obvious if we're lined up that it's either neutral or at least I can look for sweeps, arm bars, triangles. But there's a moment, and like I said, it's different for everybody, but I have to recognize this moment where I feel like I'm not recovering and the pass is coming. If I ignore that and start pushing, this is just good for Bernardo, and I wind up in a position that is 10 times harder to escape. Forget about 3 points. It's just gonna be very hard for me to get off bottom. So part of my philosophy is it's always better to occupy a certain space in advance than it is to give it up and try to bench press or shrimp or anything your way out of it. So that moment when I'm like, oh, I'm being passed, I'm going here. And the iron pillow is a few things. The pillow part is obvious. I'm dropping my ear to my bicep. Now what that does is it begins to shut down the 3 elements that Bernardo needs to flatten me. He can cross face me and I will be flattened. He can underhook me and I will be flattened. And even if I deny those, he can lift my near arm and I will be flattened. So the iron pillow is one posture to simultaneously deny all those things. So I'm fighting with posture rather than strength or speed or flexibility, which even today, he's bigger, younger, more accomplished than I am. It's not gonna work. But let's say today I won. In 10 years, can I do it? In 20 years, can I do it? Can I do it against someone who's 250 pounds? It's not sustainable. So I'm trying to do something that's gonna work regardless of size and strength and other attributes. And so when I feel my legs are gone, he has not passed my guard yet. This, I can't do anything 1, 2, 3, is a guard pass. So we wanna differentiate between passing the legs and passing the guard. So you could think of it almost like an upper body guard retention. And so all I'm going to show now in the DVD, I'll show many techniques, but now I'm just going to show you a kind of quick overview of denying those 3 primary elements. Underhook will put me on my back. Crossface will put me on my back. Near arm lift will put me on my back. So how do I deny all those 3? Connection of myself to my body. So the first, let's work the underhook. So if Bernardo was directly to underhook my top arm, that's closed, okay? That's the easy part. What happens though is some people will have their arm facing up and he can just push on my shoulder. Chest, yes. Even without the crossface, just feel the connection of your chest to my shoulder.
I got it. It's
just right here, connection. And push me.
Chest to your shoulder.
And push.
Like
yes.
This. Got it.
So my underhook has to be thumb down to avoid that. Now do the same thing.
I got it. There's no way.
Yeah, and then the crossface.
There is no way as well.
Right, and then lifting this arm, we'll talk about that. He can begin to lift with the end of the
Sorry a
lever.
second, John. Let me see what you're doing here. So show me exactly. That's very interesting.
Yeah, so
you're
as you
laying
pass
down.
my guard,
Yeah.
I'll do it in thin air. Like
Yeah.
no, like without you for 1 second. Sorry. So as you pass my guard, I'm looking for the underhook,
Yeah.
deny the crossface,
Okay.
and from this leg I'm projecting weight into my ear. So
Got it.
so this is heavy. The very last thing you can do though is lift this, right?
And then you put the weight of your head on top of your arm.
And sometimes if you're really big, you can still lift it. So go ahead. I have two things. Yes. So what I'll do, this lever is too long, right?
Yep.
So here, we'll go.
Yeah, no, there's no way. I got it.
And then from here, it depends where you commit. You commit forward.
I got
Do you
it.
commit backwards? And this is more skill than technique.
I got it.
So the technical portion is posture. The skill portion is your game is different than someone else's game is different than someone else's game. You just need to do this with many, many, many partners. But it all the center that keeps it together is deny the underhook, deny the crossface, deny the arm lift.
Yeah.
And then do I go backwards? Do I go forwards? Do I sweep?
Yeah, no, I love it how you summarize those three pillars,
Yes.
right? Deny the underhook, deny the crossface, and deny the, how do you call that one?
Like near arm lift.
I got it.
Yeah.
No, and that makes a lot of sense because if the person's trying to pass their guard and they can't get the underhook, they can't crossface you,
Correct.
and they can't control your arms, you are in a good spot.
Yeah, it's
Even
not a
though
pass
he's on
yet.
your side.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, when I got white to blue belt at Hickson's before I moved out to Boston
Yep.
for school.
Oh, so you're blue belt from Hickson, right? That's amazing.
And that's why that's where I learned my focus on fundamentals.
I
And
got it.
he would always say in jiu-jitsu only one person can be comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
And I, as a white belt, blue belt, I thought, oh, it means you have to be on top and smashing.
Yeah.
But then if you roll with Hickson or like Henry Akins, the Hickson guys, it's like, no, even when you're on top, they make you uncomfortable.
I got it.
And you did some of that with Professor Pedro Sauer, right?
Yep.
Like you're on top, but it's like, I'm on top, but I don't feel comfortable, right?
No, Pedro Sauer is all about that. Like he's on
so,
bottom and you can't find any gap.
right,
to
and so that's kind of what we're pursuing
that's
here.
amazing.
And we'll do it. The obvious one that everyone can get is passing guard, but we're going to go how to defend the omoplata, how to defend the back take, all using the same movements.
No, John, and what fascinates me about jiu-jitsu is that everybody has one thing that everybody can learn from, and it's probably one of the best skills in the world for that person, for that one thing. So this thing that you just showed me was new for me, and how you was amazing, like how you really like stuck yourself that you can't find the underhook, you can't find the crossface, you can't find the arm. So I'm really excited about it.
I'm super excited to translate this across all kinds of
so
technical
the entire
situations.
course is all about this system, about
It's
how
this
can you
position three-dimensionally. Sometimes you're in different,
Got it.
but it's this system three-dimensionally against the guard pass, against the back take, against omoplata, against kimura, against
No,
a lot
that's
of things,
amazing. No, that's incredible. So guys, this entire course from John is gonna be at bjjfanatics.com. Maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So make sure to check that out. And thanks so much, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.